Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video of civilizations found underwater part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, I will link it up here. You can go and check it out and then come back to this video. So without wasting any time, let's start part 2. Thonis Heraklion and Alexandria, Egypt. The lost city of Thonis Heraklion in the ancient Egypt is one of the greatest discoveries of submerged civilization. This city has been mentioned in many ancient inscriptions and manuscripts, and people did think it was a myth until it was finally discovered in the year 2000 by European Institute for Underwater Archaeology, directed by Frank Godiot. This city, founded around 8th century BC, has been submerged underwater 65 kilometers off Alexandria coast for thousands of years. Before the foundation of Alexandria in 1331 BC, the city flourished as it was a port of entry to Egypt for all the ships coming from the Greece. It was a hub for international trade. It also had religious importance because of the temple of Amun, which played an important role in rites associated with the dynasty continuity. Among the underwater ruins was 79 wrecks dating from 6th to 2nd century BC, 64 ships, 700 anchors, and a treasure trove of gold coins. Statues were 16 feet tall, tiny sarcophagi for the animals that were brought there as offerings, and most notably the remains of massive temples to the god Amun-Gereb. This temple was mentioned in the writings of the Greek historian Herodotus in the 5th century BC. He mentions of a great temple that was built where the famous hero Heracles first set foot onto Egypt. The city extended all around the temple, and a network of canals and around the city must have given it a lake-dwelling appearance. Excavations here have revealed beautiful archaeological material such as bronze statuettes. On the north side of the temple, Heracles, a grand canal flowed through the city from east to west and connected the port basins with a lake to the west. Frank Godiot estimates that only 5% of the city has been discovered till today. However, with ongoing research, it is still a mystery as to how and why the city became submerged. Port Royal, Jamaica. Port Royal is a town located at the mouth of Kingston Harbour in southeastern Jamaica. Port Royal was also known as the most wicked and sinful city in the world. It was famous all over the world for its booze, the blackout-inducing Kill Devil rum, its pirates, workers. Houses were 2 to 3 stories high, constructed of fine brick. This town comprised of more than 8,000 inhabitants. The town was founded on a natural harbour in 1509 at an end of 16-kilometer sand pit between what is now Kingston Harbour and the Caribbean Sea. When the Spanish arrived in Jamaica in the 1500s, they discovered that this place was an ideal spot to clean and refit boats and scrape the hulls clean. They named the area Cayo de Carina, but built nothing more than a few timber warehouses at site. It was later captured and fortified by the British in 1655. Due to its safe and protected location, trade flourished in the administration of the British. In the late 17th century, it came to serve as the base of operations for pirates who raided the Spanish islands and ships. June 7, 1692, 3 violent earthquakes hit the area, each stronger than the previous, followed by a giant tidal wave and fires. Within minutes, 2/3 of the entire town disappeared underwater. Baia, Italy. Baiae was an ancient Roman town situated on the northwestern shore of the Gulf of Naples. The Roman city was the Las Vegas of its time, catering to the recreational amusements of the rich and powerful among the Roman elite. The city, which was located over a natural volcanic vent, was famous for its healing medicinal hot springs. The city was raided by the Muslims in the 8th century, which eventually led to its downfall. By 1500, the remains of the formerly luxurious town were abandoned. Surrounded by 24 volcanoes, Baia saw its end due to bradyseism, a phenomenon that causes the Earth's crust to emerge or sink due to the pressure of the lava and underground gases that make the ground move. This event took place in the 4th century AD. The underground chambers of molten rock and gas were emptied, causing the overlying surface to sink by about 20 meters. Half of the city sunk underwater, where it was forgotten for 1,500 years. Gradually over time, the magma and gas chambers have brought Baia closer to the surface of the water, where some can be visible today. Phanagoria, Russia. The ancient Greek city of Phanagoria, known as Russia's Atlantis, is located in Krasnodar region of south of Russia. It is estimated to be about 2,500 years old. It was discovered because of a tombstone that was washed up in the 18th century. Phanagoria covered an area of 73 hectares, which is about 1/3 of the city, and is submerged underwater. 2/3 are on land, making for an enormous archaeological site, with new discoveries still being made, giving us traces of the Turkish and Ottoman Empire. It is thus called Russia's archaeological treasure. Phanagoria was founded in 543 BC by a Tian colonist who had to flee from Asia Minor because of their conflict with Cyrus the Great. The city took its name after one of these colonists, Phanagoras. The unusual geography of the Taman Peninsula near Phanagoria, with its ravines, crevices, hills, and low cones of active volcanoes, impressed the ancient colonists. The discoveries give a glimpse of Phanagora's life and culture. Some discovered items that date back to the Turkish and Ottoman Empire. Atlit Yam, Israel. Atlit Yam is a submerged ancient Neolithic village 400 meters off the coast of Atlit, Israel. It has been carbon dated as to be between 8,900 to 8,300 years old, making this one of the earliest and largest drowned settlements known. It lies around 10 meters beneath the current sea level and covers an area of 40,000 square kilometers. The area was discovered in 1984 by marine archaeologist Ehud Galili. There were no organized streets, so the site is described as a village rather than a city, but its people lived in spacious stone houses. Archaeologists found 7 megaliths that are arranged in a stone semicircle around a freshwater spring, which may have been the site of water rituals. Surveys and studies showed large concentrations of flint originating from Mount Carmel, which is more than 10 kilometers away. About 8,755 flint artifacts have been recovered, which included numerous arrowheads, spearheads, sickle blades, bit faces, bifaces, and bifacally flaked knives. The villagers dug through layers of clay and soft sandstone to make wells which were 10.5 meters deep. Underwater archaeologists found hundreds of thermally fractured limestone pebbles, animal bones, stone tools, waterlogged and carbonized plant remains, and several fragments of well-preserved human bone within this well. Scientists believe that Atlit Yam was abandoned suddenly as a result of a tsunami hitting the region, probably caused by a volcanic eruption in the Mediterranean Sea. Large piles of fish discovered at the site appear to support this theory. 6. The submerged castle in Lake Van, Turkey. Lake Van is the largest lake in Turkey and the second largest in the Middle East, formed by a crater caused by a volcanic explosion. On November 2017, archaeologists from Van Yale University made an incredible discovery during an underwater expedition. The team explored the lake based on local rumors of ancient ruins. The archaeologists thought that they wouldn't really find anything. However, they discovered a vast 3,000-year-old castle that has been preserved deep within the well in an amazing condition. The ancient nation of Urartu could have built the castle roughly around 3,000 years ago during the Iron Age. The water level of the Van Lake is several hundred meters higher than it was during the Urartu civilization. The Urartu civilization, also called as the Kingdom of Van, thrived in the region from 19th to 6th century BCE. The castle spans around a kilometer. It has walls standing as high as 3 or 4 meters and is kept in good condition by the alkaline waters of the lake. Some remains include loose piles of stones and others are smooth walls. We are not sure yet how deep the walls might be buried in the lake floor sediment or when it was submerged. Ongoing research would give us further insight of the life and culture of its inhabitants. The sunken city of Olois, Crete. Olois is an ancient Dorian city located in the modern-day town of Elaunda in Crete. There aren't many texts that give descriptions of this city, hence, most of the information is solely derived from epigraphic, numismatic, and archaeological evidence. The earliest evidence of this settlement dates from the Archaic period, which lasted from 8th century BC to Second Persian invasion of Greece in 480 BC. As mentioned earlier, there is not a lot known except for the fact that it was a large fortified city and a prosperous port that connected Crete to other Greek and Mediterranean islands through a large maritime network. Underwater surveys have revealed the remains of submerged linear and parallel structural elements, buildings, roads, and possible foundations of large public buildings. Studies conducted by the Ephorate of Underwater Antiquities revealed the remains of Hellenistic fortification. This was identified by a defensive wall and tower which defines the southern extent of the harbour. A temple for the chief deity Oluis has also been discovered. Coins dating back to 330 to 280 BC have been found, depicting the heads of Britomartis and Zeus Talaios. It is theorized that the city of Oluis became sunken when either a large earthquake erupted around 780 AD in Crete or possibly a landslide. Mahabalipuram, India. Mamalapuram or Mahabalipuram is a town located in the South Indian state of Tamil Nadu and has been recognized as a World Heritage Monument by the UNESCO. Historically, Mahabalipuram was once a part of the Pallava dynasty, a Tamil dynasty that ruled over part of southern India between the 3rd and 19th century AD. During this period, Mahabalipuram became an important center for art, literature, and architecture. In April 2002, an expedition team jointly sponsored by Great Britain's Scientific Exploration Society (SES) and India's National Institute of Oceanography (NIO) made an amazing discovery off the coast of Mahabalipuram. They found foundation of walls, broken pillars, steps, and many scattered stone blocks. During the tsunami that struck the coast in late 2004, the sea pulled back around 500 meters. It was reported that large boulders of granite emerged from the waters when it was pulled back. Scientists have found remnants of an old harbor at the location 10 years later. On the seabed 800 meters from the shoreline and roughly 27 feet deep, a team of geologists, archaeologists, and divers from the National Institute of Oceanography (NIO) discovered the remains of one of the 6 shore temples that, according to the legend, was submerged. The ruins included a 10-meter long wall, a short flight of stairs, and a chiseled stone block. It is estimated that the constructions date from 1100 to 1500 years old. Brick structures similar to that of the Sangam period 300 BC to 200 AD were also found. Another exploration was conducted in 2005 by the ASI and Navy. Previous expeditions' geophysical survey data also confirmed the submergence of a sizable region containing a building complex which may be the remnants of a drowned township, according to the experts. The building may have been buried by tectonic movement and/or soil erosion, or by a worldwide rise in sea level that covered hundreds of meters of coastline during a 2000-year period. So guys, this is it for this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week with a brand new video. Till then, bye bye.